Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the live stream for Friday, July 30th, 2021. It is Furry Friday, so I'll be dressed in a legendary animal garment. And I apologize for getting started so late today, but I do have good news along with the bad news. The bad news obviously being that I'm late, and this will probably be a shorter live stream than usual. The good news is that was because I have my hands, like in my house right now, in the office next to me, a PlayStation 5. Super excited about that. Super excited about getting that set up. Finally was able to get through. I had to drive like 40 minutes to go pick it up and 40 minutes back to the house, but well worth it. We'll leave it at that. I'm excited. I'm excited to finally have the PlayStation 5 on hand. Let's go ahead and get started. Hey Cassie, how are ya? Yeah, that's what's up. Big news today on this Friday. Well, I guess Saturday for you at this point, right? Saturday morning. But yeah, Target had them today. And I had to go. Actually, was like in the middle of checking out at the store that's closest to me, and I got hung up. So then it recommended another store that's kind of close by. Would have only been like a 20-minute drive, 40-minute drive round trip. And then that one was sold out. And then I looked. I just like broadened my search area. So there's a one that's like 40 minutes from the house. So hour and 20 round trip, but well worth it. You know, maybe a little extra spent on gas, but at least I didn't have to spend like $1,000 to get it from some scalper. So it's all good. It's all good. Yo, Austin, what's up, buddy? I thought you weren't gonna make it. The Ice Castle video was good, thank you. I thought Morgan did a really good job. She's like the star of the show these days. I'm just there as like the you know, not the main actor. I'm just some cast member. Yeah, Austin, I don't know if you heard the announcement as to why I'm so late today, but it's because I have a PS5. Hot off the press. Yeah, it is coming along nice. You know, it's usually with those sets, I will sit down and complete them in like one afternoon. And this time we're taking our time with it. Alright, let me go get this horse and get changed. Oh, snake. Don't run away, dude. Just relax. It's okay. It's okay. You're a tough guy. You're a big tough guy. You're good. There we go. Wolf. There it is. Furry Friday. Official. No way. Yeah, man. So, it's not set up yet. It's actually still in the box. I wanted to get this live stream in. Probably do a little bit shorter of a live stream today, just so that I can spend some time setting that up this afternoon. But pretty exciting stuff. We're watching Scooby-Doo on Netflix. Like the movie? Like with, what is that actor's name? Jonathan... No, what is his name? The guy who plays Shaggy. I can't think of his name. Freddie Prinze in that? Freddie Prinze Jr., right? And, Sarah Michelle Gellar, that one? Yes, okay, cool. So, interesting little note. Linda Cardellini, I think is her name. The one that plays, the one with the glasses. She's in this show I've been watching called Bloodline. She plays like the sister. She's amazing. She's a great actress. The skinny guy that looks high. Yeah, what is that guy's name? Yeah, Velma. Yeah, so Linda Cardellini plays Velma. What is the name of the guy that plays Shaggy? That is gonna bug me. Someone's gonna have to Google that for me. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit here thinking about it all day, and the live stream's gonna suffer. I'm gonna go to camp real quick. One of the general challenges is to cook seasoned prime beef. So I need to find my camp. It's right here. Let me just check and make sure I'm on friends only first, too. I feel like I am. I feel like that setting sticks. Yeah, friends only. Good. Alright, cool. I don't want people in free roam hearing us talk about Shaggy. Scoobies get sacrificed. What? I actually haven't seen that movie. I just know like it's got like, a ton of people in it. Matthew something. Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard. I got it. Did I get it before you guys got it? Yes. A funny story there. So I always like I'm the guy that when you watch the movie, I kind of get like taken out of the action of the movie, thinking about all the other TV and film roles that the actors and actresses had. So I'll be like, yeah, that's the guy that was in this movie. Oh, watch out! Oh no! That buddy survived. Yeah, Matthew Lillard. There it is. That's his name, right? He played like he was in that other movie with Freddie Prinze and Jessica Biel about the Cape Cod League summer baseball movie. Fever Pitch? Maybe? I don't know. He played a catcher in that movie. I like him. He's like a goofy kind of guy. He played like a villain in some movie too. Like I said, I always sit there and I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen this guy in like 3 other movies. Completely lose track of the plot of the movie. I'm like, what's going on here? I was too busy thinking about what other movies this guy's been in. Oh man. You'll understand when you get older how your mind just wanders to random things. Don't really matter.
Ah, you're back.
Oh, I'm back. What's up, Crips? Cripple Lips.
That's
What up,
some
Cripple
fine
Lips?
animal you're wearing there.
Yeah, it is. It's the onyx wolf. It's like one of my favorite legendary animals. What was I doing? Oh, we're gonna cook. We're going to cook some prime beef. We gotta season it first. Just have to season it. I don't even need to actually eat it, I think. Imagine riding your horse and hearing someone talk about Scooby. That would, I mean, really. Like, speaking of taking people out of the action, if I wasn't on Friends Only right now, somebody would be like, what is this person talking about? I'm trying to enjoy my Wild West game. This guy's talking about Scooby-Doo. Alright, we got like 30 of each one of these. Let's do oregano. We usually watch all Transformers movies and talk about what other movies they actually. Yeah, that's like I'm actually, and my wife is good at this too. That's like a different degree of difficulty, right? Picking out the voices of like, say, the robots or whatever. Like I remember, kind of tying it back into this game, the guy who does the voice for Charles Smith in single player had did a Taco Bell commercial not too long after the game came out. And I was like, I think that's the guy that does the voice of Charles Smith. You never actually see the actor, you just hear his voice. But I knew it was Charles Smith, like, almost right away. So, yeah. And who does play Optimus? Isn't it like, the guy who was like Barnacle Bill in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie? I know he does one of the voices. Bill Nye is his name. Not Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye. N-I-G-H. Alright, so we did that challenge. I don't think I need to cook anything else. So there's our challenge for the day. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna go. No, I'm kidding. Could you imagine? Thanks for checking in, guys. But I got this PlayStation 5 I gotta go put together. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna make it that short. Like, shortest live stream ever. Let's see. Condor's Pluck, that's the desert. I'm not going to do that. Long-nosed Gar Caught, that's a swamp thing. We're not going to do that. But we can do that and only interstage at the same time. I have to donate carcasses to Crips within 10 minutes. I have things I can give them to them now, so I'm going to not do that. Bounties, Moonshiner, Collector. Let's start with some Moonshiner stuff. We'll head over to the Moonshine Shack. Right, what time of day is it? Oh yeah, it's the middle of the day, it's perfect. One of the challenges is distance today. Hopefully I won't need to do that one. But it's there if we do. Moonshiner Shack. Bill Nye the Robot Guy. Yeah. He's in like Love Actually. He plays like the washed up rock star guy. He's great. A British actor. But yeah, that's like so I'll do that stuff too. See, like I already said, he's in Love Actually. Like if I were sitting there watching a movie and he suddenly appeared on screen, I'd be like, oh yeah, and I'd just rattle off like 5 other movies that this guy's in. That's why I don't really tend to watch movies too much these days. Where I used to watch them like all the time. I used to be like a walking IMDb. I don't know if you guys are familiar with IMDb. I'm sure you guys are. But I used to never need IMDb because I would just know. Not never need it. Occasionally I'd be like, I can't remember what this guy was in. And then you look him up and you're like, oh yeah. So, but yeah, I don't remember. I think the last movie I saw in the theater was Tenet. And then we just watched, I think I talked about this. We just watched A Quiet Place Part 2. Oh, this isn't even ready yet? Boo. Alright, let's go dance. I gotta dance and play with the band today. So we're gonna do both those. We watched A Quiet Place. My wife hates scary movies. So I had already seen A Quiet Place Part 1. I watched it one time when she wasn't around. She like went to New York with the kids or something. So I rewatched that. And then she was like, okay, we can watch the second one. She did pretty good with it. Which is not too terrifying. I feel like in the... well, I don't want to ruin it if you haven't seen the second one yet. But the second one, there were things that they could have done. It was still good, but there were things they could have done that I thought would have made it better. We watched all Transformers movies at least 100 times. Wow. I've only seen, I think, the first 2. Then Austin says he likes animated Batman movies. That's cool. Isn't it Luke Skywalker? That voices... Or no, he does Wolverine. Who does Batman? Who does the voice of Batman? I tried watching that with my friend and we kept joking and laughing and we never finished because there was barely any sound. Yeah, the second one, there's more sound than the first one. But I hear that. Last movie I watched at cinemas was the newest Conjuring movie. Yeah. Never seen either of those. Any of those, right? That's the third one? I've never seen any of those. We just don't do movies anymore. I feel like a lot of that's because we have kids now. Maybe once they get a little older, we'll start going to movies with them, like animated movies. But I feel like more of it has to do with the fact that Hollywood is just putting out crap right now. Just no, like every time I want to see a movie trailer, I'm like, nope, not interested in that. Could care less if I watch it. Plus with Netflix and Disney Plus and everything else, it's so much easier just to stay home. That's what I liked about Quiet Place Part 2. So we watched Quiet Place 1 and Part 2. It cost us like 25 bucks. I think Quiet Place Part 1 was like $3.99. Part 2 was like $19.99. But for 25 bucks, that's what you'd spend on movie tickets and concessions and all that stuff. So why not just spend it and not have to leave the house? We got a pretty big TV, pretty good surround sound system. So just stay home and watch movies. Alright, there we go. We danced. Now let's jam with the band. Give me that. Give me that bass. There we go. Let's play. Third Conjuring is really good. Yeah, at some point when I'm not playing Red Dead and the wife is out and about with the kids, I'll probably sit down and watch those. I want to watch them all, like back to back to back. Yeah, my bus driver for summer school jump up his fire stick and gets everything. That's like my dad. My dad came over one day and he was like, "You got like 1,000 movie channels now." I'm like, "Okay, did you do that legally?" He's like, "No, I had this guy come over." I'm like, "All right, well, you know, whatever. Just, I'll pretend I didn't hear that, you know." Keep playing. What's next? What are they doing here?
Maybe some of y'all know how this one goes.
And go. There we go. She got the first Transformers movie, the one with, who is that? Is that Shia LaBeouf? Didn't he, like, go crazy? Enjoying the musical stylings of the Moonshine Band right now. I'm just gonna play, not talk over him. I actually went to a wedding that had music like this. Not exactly like this, but it was like a very country-themed wedding. They had like hay. It was like in a barn. They actually got married. They said their vows in a barn. Which, you know, not my cup of tea, but everyone do your thing. Do you, you know?
Maybe something else is more your speed.
Something else more my speed.
Good news! We have some new clients, I see.
Alright, this is taking too long. Where are we at?
I have some ideas.
Only at 17 after all that? Alright, we're gonna have to come back. Alright, so we got dancing, we got the playing with the band. Let's do this. I'm gonna go. One of the things is the craft items from a wilderness camp. So we'll go hang out at my little spot. There's a hill outside of Emerald Station that I really like. I use it in single player and in online. Yeah, right. Josh Jamal took over. Oh yeah, he's in the first one, and then Shia LaBeouf was in the ones later, right? Or no, I guess Josh Jamal's in that one too. Yeah, my wife loves her some Josh Jamal, which I feel like a lot of women do. That's how I sold her on watching that movie, actually. I was like, it's really good, and it's got Josh Jamal. She was like, sold. This little hill in front of me right here, I love this hill right here. It's my spot. It's my jam. It actually spits you out to like a whole different area. So I don't know what it is, I just love it. I should do it. Let's see. Yep, good. And then, fast travel out of the swamp. Gotta do 3 wetland animals samples. I mentioned the long-nosed gar, and then oleander sage, which I just used to make those poison throwing knives. So we should have some room in the satchel for those. Should be good. 3 items to do down here. All in this like one little area. Shia LaBeouf was in the first 3 Transformers movies, right? Yeah, he was like the main guy, and Josh Duhamel was like the military dude. I'm not sure if he's in the second one, but I know he's in the first one. And then had a falling out with the producers, right? Mark Wahlberg took over. That's right. So is it the same character? Like is Mark Wahlberg like an older version of Shia LaBeouf's character, or is it, what is this bear just doing sitting here? I'm just getting like a suntan. Oh my goodness! I went back and watched the cat thing from yesterday's live stream like 100 times. I showed my wife. We got the biggest kick out of it. Oh man, I wish I'm gonna have to figure out a way to pull that clip, because that is one of my favorite things we've done on this channel so far. That freaking cat. But anyway, yeah, that bear was just chilling there suntanning. So anyway, or is it like a whole new character for Mark Wahlberg? It's different characters, okay. So I probably should have watched the movie. I could answer all these questions, but I'm probably not gonna ever watch it. So I appreciate you providing this information for me, because I am curious about it. Just not curious enough to watch. Why do the robots start talking to someone else? Like, how did they spin that? Like, I know obviously Shia LaBeouf went crazy and fell out with the producers, so they had to do something. But like, what's the reasoning within the story itself for that? Okay, so it is 20 years later. And they come back, and then they just start talking to somebody else instead of whatever the heck his name was. A lot of fishing the last few days, I feel like. That's alright. This should be an easy one. This guy is like always in this spot. Now that I said that, he won't be. I know I have to go real slow to get this guy. Real slow? Get it? That's not how I meant it. Just like I didn't mean copycat yesterday. Bumblebee will forever be my hubby. Yeah, I like Bumblebee. I like all of them, really. I like the jets. I saw the one with the jets. Storm Streak, or whatever the heck it's called. The big old fish. Might take me a while to reel this guy in. So after the massive fight at the end of the third movie, Transformers go into hiding because there's a military group that is out to kill them all. Okay. And Mark Wahlberg's character is an inventor. That's a hard sell for me. I love Mark Wahlberg in like comedic roles. Like, he is amazing in Ted and the other guys with Will Ferrell. I do not care for him as a dramatic actor. I know he gets a lot of good movies like that, but I don't think he's a very good actor, unless it's like comedy. So if you do like him, I mean, that's fine. I have nothing against the guy. He's actually from Boston, which is not too far from where I live here in the States, so respect that. But I don't know, there's something about his acting. I always felt like maybe he should go back to acting school. But he's great in those other movies like I mentioned. So I had a hard enough time buying him as like anything. Although he was good in The Departed. His role in The Departed. I don't buy him being intelligent enough. And I don't mean to diss the guy. It probably sounds like I'm like Mark Wahlberg hater over here. I'm not. I promise you. I would just it would be a real big suspension of belief for me to buy him as like an intelligent guy enough to be an inventor. Again, it's a science fiction movie, so I should probably just get over that, but I don't know. That's just how I feel, guys, okay? Don't hate me for it. Alright, we just did the long-nosed gar. That was a general challenge. And we gotta do some oleander sage, which is right in the same area, actually. Not too far from here. And then I'll sample some gators, since we're here. And they're there. Actually, I should do that first before they, like, despawn. Hello. See that? One guy only took 7. That guy took 8. Why would it be different? Does one gator have thicker skin than the other one? Oh, there's one on that one. That's right. I'm gonna get rid of him anyway. Alright, here's this guy. Please don't eat me. Please don't eat me. I'm just here for science, guys. I'm not here to turn into like a leather bag this time. Oh, kicked him. He kicked the gator. Where'd the other one go? There's some sage right there, I think. Yeah, there's some right there. On the left. Brought Optimus Prime. Oh, you bought Optimus Prime to fix him. And somehow managed to spark his Allspark. Okay. So it was like an accident? Then his kid called the army. They come, then they go into hiding, another run. There was also man-made Transformers. Yeah, so I grew up like during that whole age, like Transformers were like a thing of the 80s. And I knew like about it. I might have even like owned one when I was a kid, but was never really invested in it enough that I know like the whole story. I should watch the movies. I got a lot of movies I gotta watch. I've been watching, I'm on like a bit of a Western kick, right? Obviously from playing Red Dead. And Outlaw Josie Wales is on Netflix right now. So there's like tons of frogs over here. Actually, you know what? I need small animals. I'm sorry, frogs, but you're gonna have to... Where'd they go? Sorry. I need small animals. You guys count. So yeah, I've been watching that on Netflix, and it's awesome. I've seen it before, but it's been like so long. Like I was a kid when I watched it last. There's this great line where he's working with like an elderly Native American gentleman, and you know, so the movie starts kind of rough. I won't spoil it for anyone, but someone close to Josie dies. And then as you're going through the movie, a lot more people who are close to him die. So like maybe like 3/4 of the way through the movie, he mentions that to the Native American gentleman. He's like, the people I like have a habit of dying. And the Native American gentleman says, I notice the people you don't like have a habit of dying too. And I was like, that is awesome. So I rewound that scene like 10 times and watched it over and over again. Good stuff. It's a good movie. If you like westerns, check it out. Clint Eastwood, man. The best. Well, John Wayne's probably the best, but Clint Eastwood's right up there too. 1A and 1B, we'll say, so we don't cause a stir amongst the elder generations who grew up with that kind of stuff. Alright, this guy's gotta get out of here. I need one more. Are you gonna stay here? No, I'm just gonna go to the water. I'm not dragging you out of the water, dude. Just get out of here. I'll get one of your buddies. Okay, so that were made from the scraps of dead Transformers, including Megatron. Okay, then Optimus Prime gets the old Transformers, transform into dinosaurs. Optimus fights the dinosaurs. They join together to fight against the man-made Transformers in 1. Optimus goes into space to find its creators at the very end of the 4th movie. Okay, that all sounds really complicated. I appreciate you making that as concise as possible. That's awesome. You just boiled down like 90-minute movie into a couple of posts. Then again, you did say you've seen it like 100 times, so I'm sure you have it all memorized. Alright, one more gator for sampling. Where's my victim at? I want to get one of the ones I didn't get already, but I also don't want it to go in the water. I just don't feel like fishing a gator out of the water. Oh, there's one. There we go. Stay over here. Yeah, you ain't gonna make the water, dude. Sorry. Just relax. Settle. There you go. Alright, so we did sage. We got our 3 wetland animals. We caught our gar. We did all the 3 things we wanted to do in the swamp today. Let's get out of here. I'm just kind of... Oh, you know what? The moonshine thing is ready now. My moonshine delivery. Let's go do that. It's nighttime. Perfect time for moonshine delivery. Wish it wasn't quite as foggy as it is, but what are you going to do? Alright, so I need to read Cassie's next post, but it looks lengthy, so I'm going to wait till I get to the fast travel post. I say lengthy. I realize you're trying to describe a plot of a movie. I don't mean that in a bad way. Just too long for me to read as I'm trying to trot through the swamp at night with a heavy fog. I have a hard enough time in this area when it's broad daylight out. There we go, it's not so foggy now. Oh, it's cut. Wait a minute. Did I go too far? No, gators. Relax. Relax. Let's go. PS5. Yeah. So, I don't know when I'm going to start live streaming with that. I'll probably have to get a new headset. I'm not sure this one's going to be compatible. But so, it probably won't be Monday. Maybe it'll be Monday. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, it's here. I'm also not sure if I can pick up on this character on PS5. I think I might need to make a new character. And then whether I do or not need to, I may still do that just anyway. So we'll see. Lots of stuff coming. Alright, so let's see. Cassie says, at the start of the 5th movie, Mark's character and all living Autobots were in hiding in a junkyard and saved other Transformers. Then the army comes looking for Mark and the other Transformers. Okay. I'm going to skip Austin for now, buddy. I'll come back to you. And somehow Megatron is still alive and comes to the junkyard and fights the Autobots. Mark gets away and kidnapped by a robot that is a servant to Anthony Hopkins. Then Mark and this random lady. Okay, so is Anthony Hopkins like real Anthony Hopkins or just Transformer that's voiced by Anthony Hopkins? That would be my question there. Because I feel like he has a really good voice for just doing voice acting, but also it'd be cool to see him on screen. Okay, Austin says, should I save up for a PS5 or save up for Red Dead? I have enough for Red Dead now. I have So that's a really good question. So I just paid, it was $4.99 plus tax. I wanted the PS5 that has the disc compatibility, because I know it's like backwards compatible. And I still have at least Red Dead 2. I know I have Grand Theft Auto 5 somewhere, and I'm sure they're going to re-release it anyway, so I'm not too hung up on this, but regardless, I wanted the disc one because I want to be able to play my old PS4 games. You can get just a digital one for $3.99. The problem is this. I really lucked out in getting it. I had told myself I wasn't going to stress over it, but then I spent an hour on Wednesday and an hour this morning hitting the refresh button on Target.com. But they're like really hard to come by. I mean, you could literally go to the store right now and get Red Dead Redemption 2 disc or buy it through PlayStation and have the digital version. So ultimately what it comes down to is, yes, you could save, but you're always going to be able to play Red Dead even when you do get PS5, because if you get the disc version, it's backwards compatible. So I guess what I'm getting at is it's possible that you could have to wait I mean, I've been waiting I think I got money for a PlayStation for my birthday, which we talked about yesterday, was back in May, and then also a little more on Father's Day in June. So this is like 2.5 months coming that I finally got in and got through the gates. You know, the gatekeepers let me through to get this PS5. So long story short, I guess I'm trying to say I'm still grounded, so it's going to take a few months. Yeah, so alright, so if you're waiting a few months either way, then yeah, you might as well save up. What I would do is this. If by the time you're off being grounded, you have enough money saved up for a PlayStation, then get the PlayStation. If you don't, then I think you have your choices kind of made for you. That's what I would say. Alright. Then Mark and this random lady go looking for stuff because Cybertron is managing to transport to Earth, and Optimus gets brainwashed by the creators and fights Bumblebee on Earth. Bumblebee gets Optimus to remember who he was. Okay. And then they go kill the creators and save Earth. That's the main plot line of movie 5. Okay. And Anthony Hopkins himself is in the movie, not a voice. Cool. And I think it would be cool if he also did a voice. I feel like he's got a very unique voice. Again, back to the previous conversation. I'm a big fan of like Christopher Nolan movies. I know he's kind of like hit or miss for a lot of people. Either you love him or you hate him. I happen to really like his movies. I think it's really cool that he's worked Michael Caine into almost all of his movies, if not all of his movies. And I remember watching Dunkirk, and as soon as I heard him come over the radio in the cockpit of that plane, I was like, that is Michael Caine. He found a way to work him in. And then I saw an article like 2 weeks later. Christopher Nolan was disappointed that no one picked up on it. I'm like, I picked up on it. Like, I don't have a voice. Like, no one knows. I mean, you guys know who I am, but no one really knows who I am. But anyway. You've been grounded since like 2019, 2020. What did you do that got you grounded? Or did you just keep getting grounded? You need to start behaving yourself, Austin, so that you can buy cool video games.
We can ship it whenever you like.
I get it, man. I'm already in that age. I was always in trouble. And actually, my parents, it wasn't like, hey, I'm taking away PlayStation, taking away TV. My mom would take away everything. So I just had to like sit in my room, lay on the bed, and stare at the fan on the ceiling. Josh Duhamel is your favorite actor, and you love the movie Dunkirk. I love the movie Dunkirk too. So I'll let Marcel finish talking, and then I'll give my thing about Dunkirk.
These customers have shown they have some good taste. Their palate is simple, of course, but given their lack of culture, I have to admit that they have chosen well. These jugs will arrive quickly and in one piece. Yes?
Alright, I hate trying to talk over that guy. You guys probably don't really hear him when I talk, but in my ears, it's like, I need to turn the game audio down in my ears. He's like super loud. So, what I was going to say about Dunkirk is, here in the United States, you know, in our pro-America days, I grew up in a time where it was like, America's the greatest country in the world. There's a lot of, like, pride in America. And I'm not saying that that's wrong or right. I'm just saying it's very different now where, you know, if you're proud of America now, sometimes you get labeled with a label that may not, or may not fit you. What I'm trying to say is, when I grew up, there was a lot of pro-America stuff going on. So we always were, you know, we watched movies like Saving Private Ryan and all these movies that were like, the focus was all the great things that America did. And some of them where it wasn't great, but we found a way through it. Like, one of my favorite movies is The Patriot. And not even like the main storyline, there's like this side storyline between one of the white characters and one of the black characters. And at the start of the movie, start of the first battle or whatever, the white character doesn't want the black character serving alongside of him in the militia. And by the end of it, he says to him, like, I'm proud to have fought with you and I will die for you, kind of thing. So it's really, that kind of stuff's really cool. You know, obviously the history there being slavery and everything that was wrong with that, but they touched on it in a way that was like positive, like still come together. All that's kind of gone now, but so again, I kind of got like diverted there. The thing I really like about Dunkirk is did not grow up knowing that story.
Gonna need you to move this
You
here
know,
wagon.
we're taught here that
Slow down there.
we saved the world that day
Looking for carts with moonshine.
on D-Day. To watch a movie like Dunkirk, it's cool to
What
see
are you up
like
to?
if
I
that
wonder.
doesn't happen, if the events of Dunkirk don't happen, and the British aren't able to like pull their
Right,
forces
move
out,
on.
who
Keep
knows,
moving.
right?
Keep
America might not have had a chance to quote-unquote save the day. So it's cool to kind of see it from that perspective and appreciate it from that, especially at the end of the movie. You know, there's the quote from Churchill, talks about the old world surviving long enough till the new world comes along. And it's like, it's cool to like, that little note about America, because that's what they're talking about there, right? Like, and then a whole bunch of other stuff happened. I think it was the attack on Pearl Harbor that got America involved, finally. Like, woke us up. But I just love, you know, the idea that, again, it kind of, like, flipped what I was always taught for years on its head. And now I'm, like, obsessed with the story of Dunkirk and how, like, really, that was the day that changed the world. Because I do believe if they didn't get those troops out, we're all speaking German right now. You know? I feel like Germany probably wins the war. Who knows? History would be completely different. So I love that Christopher Nolan took on that challenge and educated us Yanks about the ways of the world. Can't wait to see what he does next. I have enjoyed every single one of his films. Honestly, I could take or leave Dark Knight Rises. I feel like I like the other two Batman movies. I feel like he maybe mailed it in a little bit on the third one. I never cared for how that concluded. The only thing that I think is good about that movie is when Commissioner Gordon finds out. That scene is like especially moving, especially if you know like a police officer. If you have friends and family in law enforcement, it's great that Commissioner Gordon finally like found out who Batman is, and that his actions on the day of Mr. and Mrs. Wayne's death is what set all those events in motion. I feel like there's a lesson to be learned there too, right? Like, a lot of times we bash on our police officers, but there's a lot of good police officers, people who, like Commissioner Gordon, would console a young child who just lost his parents. So, it's really cool. Hey, Key Girl, happy Furry Friday. I don't know if you heard, but I apologize for the late start today, but there was good reason for it. And that reason is that I have a PS5 on hand. So, it's still in the box. Probably start putting it together after the live stream today, but I had to drive like an hour and 20 minutes round trip to get to the Target store where I purchased the one from. The one closest to me was sold out by the time I got to the checkout line online. But so I'm here now. You're here now. Austin and Cassie are here now. Everyone's here. The gang's all here. Welcome. It's officially Furry Friday. I'm gonna go back to the Moonshine Shack. We'll start another batch. One of the challenges today is to distance traveled 4,827. I don't know if it's meters or feet. It's probably meters. So we might have to do a couple more moonshine deliveries in order to hit that, or if we hit some other challenges, we'll do those instead. But we'll see. It's probably going to be a little shorter today. I know yesterday and the day before I did like 3.5 hours. Probably not going to go that long because I'm eager to get started. Let's see. So there was a downfall of Austin. Okay, so that's why you got in trouble. To be fair, though, I love any more movies. Me too. I mentioned Saving Private Ryan. We Were Soldiers with Mel Gibson's a good one.
I am busy. Allez-vous-en.
I like war movies, and as soon as I heard that Christopher Nolan was taking on war movies, I was like, oh, it's gonna be so good to have his spin on a war movie, and I feel like he knocked it out of the park. Yeah, we are missing Ticket. Actually, I think he's on, well, what he would call holiday. He's on holiday, but Austin and I would say he's on vacation. I think he mentioned something about being in Spain for the next 2 weeks. So I think he's just hanging out. He's checked in a couple times. He checked in yesterday with a beer emoji, which I appreciate. It's funny, I was actually speaking of emojis. I was just talking to my wife yesterday. We were talking about emojis. She thought I didn't like emojis. I'm like, no, I like emojis. I especially like the beer emoji. Yeah, Pearl Harbor. I've never actually seen Pearl Harbor. I'm not a big fan. I might be getting myself in trouble here, too. Well, I'm saying a lot of controversial stuff lately, but I don't care. I'm not a big fan of Ben Affleck. Did I just, like, set you guys all on fire? Or are you with me on that one? I liked him in Good Will Hunting. He's actually, I see a lot of his character in myself in Good Will Hunting. But ever since then, I don't care for the guy. He's another one I don't think is a particularly great actor. I definitely don't think he fits Batman. And whatever, I said what I said. So I've never seen Pearl Harbor because of Ben Affleck, and I don't care for who's the other guy in Pearl Harbor. Josh Hartnett. I don't care for him either. So I probably will never watch those movies. He did a bad job, but yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I could do a whole hour on the failings of DC. But he did. I mean, I know Christian Bale was kind of done with it, and I respect that. And then Christian Bale wasn't even the first one to do Batman, right? I'm like from the Michael Keaton days. I don't know that Affleck's the worst Batman. Val Kilmer was pretty bad. But he's definitely one of the two worst. Whether you say Val Kilmer or him, I would support either of those two statements. But I don't, and here's the thing, like, I don't know that it's squarely on Ben Affleck for this, but I enjoyed, I didn't care for Batman vs. Superman. In fact, I wasn't even going to watch that movie. I love Henry Cavill as Superman. First of all, I love Superman. Superman is my jam. That's my favorite superhero. In fact, I have a Lego minifig of Superman looking me right in the face right now in my office. It's one of my favorite Lego minifigs. So I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I feel like it's bad that he never got a standalone sequel, because I love Man of Steel. It's like one of my favorite Superman movies. I know a lot of people didn't like it because Superman's supposed to be happy and campy, and it wasn't. I don't really care about all that. I thought it was a great movie. Love me some Amy Adams, so she's like the perfect Lois Lane for me. Kevin Costner and Diane Lane were amazing. Like, that to me, Man of Steel is one of my favorite superhero movies. I said what I said. So really, to me, it starts with the failings of DC start with not making a sequel to that. Like a standalone sequel. Batman vs. Superman, didn't care for it. I thought Justice League was a step in the right direction. I haven't yet had a chance to, and I need to make some time to do this, watch the director's cut there that came out recently. I hear it's a million times better than the regular version, which is cool, because I didn't think the regular version was all that bad. It wasn't great. But I feel like they had all the right pieces in place. What's her face? Wonder Woman, the actress who plays her, is gorgeous. Like, perfect casting there. Ezra Miller as the Flash is perfect. I can't think of Ray. What's the actor that plays Cyborg? Ray Fisher, right? Is it Ray Fisher? He's amazing. And I already mentioned my man crush on Henry Cavill, so we'll stop with that. They had all the right pieces in place for that movie. Oh, and oh my gosh, how could I leave out Khal Drogo? Aquaman. Amazing. They had all the right pieces in place, and it just, I don't know, it wasn't as good as I felt it could have been. Again, I gotta see the director's cut, so I'm judging only the theatrical release. But then the whole thing happened where, like, Ben Affleck was getting accused of, like, touchy-feely stuff. I guess he's coming back, which I think that's weird. Like, I thought they would have moved on from him after that, especially with the current state of cancel culture here in the States. But anyway, I feel like I'm not big on the whole Marvel versus DC thing. Like, if we get a good comic book character movie, then who cares? Like, I just want it to be good. But I'm really looking forward to, and I've said a lot, so there's a lot for us to kind of pick apart. I cannot wait for the next Batman movie, especially after kind of tying it back into the Christopher Nolan stuff. I feel like Robert Pattinson was amazing in Tenet. I know a lot of people have like a weird thing with him because it was Edward in Twilight, and what I would encourage you to do if you feel that way is to watch some of his independent movie stuff, independent film stuff. I saw a good independent film with him and Guy Pearce. Cassie, I know you know who that is. Your fellow countryman Guy Pearce. He's actually, they were in the Australian outback. Actually, is he British or Australian? I feel like he's Australian. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, it's set in the outback. It's Guy Pearce and Robert Pattinson. It's an amazing movie. The two of them. I was like on the fence about Pattinson when we first were watching it. He's so good. Those are ravens, not a condor? I need a condor. So again, I forget what it's called. It's like the Rover or something. Rover? Either The Rover or Rover. You should definitely check that movie out. And I promise you, your opinion of Robert Pattinson will change. If you don't like him, you're going to love him even more. I mean, if you do like him, you're going to love him even more. If you don't like him, it's gonna change your opinion for the better. So, and I've seen a couple other things with him in independent movies, I can't really remember. But, like, if you only know him from Twilight, you're really kind of missing out. He's going to be an amazing Batman. You heard it here first, okay? You heard it here first. So here we go. Let me check up on chat. I just made a ton of controversial statement. He did a bad job as Batman. His psychic isn't right for Batman. Yeah. I also love the movie Fury. I don't know if I've seen that movie. It sounds familiar. I've heard of it. Like I was telling my friend, Robert Downey made Iron Man famous. Batman makes actors famous. Yeah. Well, I feel like Robert Downey Jr. was born to play that role. I mean, he lived basically the life that Tony Stark lives, right? The alcoholism and all that stuff. Right. Whereas I can't. So I agree with you. I think we're saying the same thing. I feel like I have a hard time imagining anybody other than Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. I have a hard time imagining anybody different from Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. It seems like at this point, Batman is not in that same company. Like multiple actors can play that role and get by. Even Affleck, like I didn't care for him, but I know some people did. So that like tells you all you need to know. But yeah, I have a hard time seeing anybody else being Iron Man. It's gonna be a tough sell. Going back to the Wolverine thing real quick though, I still feel this way. I feel like Hugh Jackman is Wolverine, but I think I found the one person that I would want to play. I'd be okay with playing as his replacement. I don't know if you guys watch on Netflix. There's a show called Ozarks with Jason Bateman, or Ozark, I guess, with Jason Bateman. And the most recent season, the brother-in-law shows up. So it's Laura Linney's character's brother, and he's bipolar. The actor who played him would make a great Wolverine. It's like the one person that'd be like, yeah, okay, I accept this. Otherwise, poor Hugh is gonna have to be Wolverine till he's 80. But they didn't ask me, so. Whatever happens, happens, I guess. Just riding around looking for a second condor here. I know they're in this area. They like to hang out on the rocks, do the little sunbathing thing. I just gotta check my phone real quick, guys. Sorry. Got a text from my wife like an hour ago and I haven't looked at it yet. Oh, she's just asking me if I got the PS5. Yes, I did. PS5 in the hizzy. I don't like Twilight. Yeah, I didn't really care for Twilight. I got roped in to that. It's kind of a funny story. So I didn't realize, and I don't know if this was intentional or not by whoever did their marketing, but when they first started showing like preview trailers for that movie, they made it look like it was like this cool badass vampire thing. So I was like, oh, it looks cool, and I bought the first book thinking, oh, I'll read the books before the movie comes out. And I got about maybe 3 pages in, and I was like, what did I get into here? So ultimately, I ended up turning the movie over, or the book over to my wife. She fell in love with it, and she's seen all the movies. But I was like, I ended up seeing the first movie with her because she wanted to see it. But when they first showed, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, when they first showed the previews for that movie, they showed like the fight scene that happens towards the end of it. That's like 2 minutes of the movie, and I was like, oh, this is like, I was thinking it was gonna be like Blade or something. Nothing's ever gonna be Blade, so I don't know why I thought that, but so that I don't hate Twilight because it's like some like male chauvinist like anti-young girl thing. I hate Twilight because they tried to sell it like it was something it wasn't, and through that, I now hate a majority of those actors and actresses. Although like one by one, I'm kind of like coming along. I think it's funny that the actress who plays the baby, like the young baby, is like in Interstellar, and I think she was in the Nutcracker live action that just came out recently. She's like 18 years old now. I'm like, really? Is Twilight, like Twilight's that old? Anyway, this is way more to talk about Twilight than I ever want to do on this channel. So I'm going to stop there. Cassie's favorite superhero is the Flash. That's cool. And Austin's is Robin. Yeah, I like Robin. He's alright. I like, first of all, I love Jonathan Gordon-Levitt. I thought he did a really good portrayal of, I like that spin on Robin. The Nightwing Robin, right? What else? I love Hugh Jackman in Real Steel. Yeah, I've actually not seen that movie, but I've seen him in a ton of other stuff. He's phenomenal. Again, back to Christopher Nolan. The Prestige. Prestige is like one of my favorite movies. Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman and Scarlett Johansson. And Michael Caine. Alright, where is this other condor? It's driving me nuts. It's supposed to be a quick live stream today. gotta have this PS5 set up, guys. Gotta blow through these challenges. I'm kidding. I could really turn it off right now if I wanted to. I don't need to get all these challenges done today. Or maybe I could start them on... Can you do that? Can you start them on PS4 and then end on PS5? I feel like I should leave one just to see if I can do that. And then if I can't, I'll just load back in on PS4. What's up there? Where are these condors? Alright, I'm gonna go back. Usually they're on like a telephone pole or something. I got that one that was flying. Oh, watch out for these guys. Is that one? Where's that? Yep. Sorry, dude. I know you're just trying to, like, catch some rays. Also, illegal. It's like one of those things that's illegal now. Well, I don't know if it's illegal. It was illegal for a while. They were, like, in danger for the longest time. I've actually seen, that's one of the animals I've seen in real life. Really cool. We were at the Grand Canyon. There was one kind of doing, like, what that guy was doing before I shot it. Just kind of roosting there on, like, a rock. On, like, a high cliff wall. And I got pretty close to it. It's pretty cool. I like when, I've seen the animals in real life. Like I mentioned, I told my story about the desert bighorn rams on this channel before. Alright, so that's all the generals I'm going to do. Let's just double check. Because I don't know what this is. I think it's funny this one popped today after we're talking about herbs and gross stuff yesterday. I think it's funny that this popped. I've never seen this though. It's like a challenge, I guess. Like a PvP challenge. I don't know what herb picking contest is. That's probably like that's probably in the code from like the beta days. And these last two are PvP stuff, so we're not gonna do either one of those. I wanted to do some trader stuff. It's Furry Friday. That kind of ties into trader rule. We need 10 small animals. 6 of them have to be perfect, and we can do 20 in 10 minutes. So check this out. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a triple down, right? And that might even get us. Yeah, that will get us 7 for 7. Oh no, wait. I want 9 for 9 though. Hold on, let's do this. 4 for 9. So we can get to 7 that way. We have to do some other stuff, but still. Oh, collector. I can still gotta do some collector stuff. We'll save that. Here's what I want to do. I think I have like 3 or 4 small animals. We'll get a few more. We'll make sure 6 of them are perfect. And then ultimately we'll turn in 20 carcasses total, all at the same time. And we'll get like a triple down on this. I don't think I've ever done that before. I'm not even sure if it will work, but that's what I want to do. So, and we'll do that as we're chatting. We're having a good chat today. We're talking about movies, one of my favorite topics. Oh, Austin's got to go. All right, buddy. Take care. We'll talk on Monday. Good luck at your dentist, right? You have a dentist appointment today? Yeah, good luck at the dentist. Deuces. And then Cassie says, Furry is a movie about a tank in World War II. Yeah, okay, yeah. Who else is in that? Is Daniel Craig in that? I might have seen that movie. Or at least I know of it. I know what you're talking about now. I thought I recognized it from the title, but no, I definitely recognize it from that description. Alright, so let's see. How many little guys do we have? There's 1. It's poor, so it doesn't count for the other stuff. There's three cardinals. Oh, that's right, I shot all those little birds. I thought they were all cardinals yesterday? Wow. Alright, so we've got 4 small animals. What did I need? 10? 10 small animal carcasses. 6 of them have to be perfect. We need a total 20. Okay, let's go to my little spot. My squirrel spot. I don't know what else to call it. Right there. We'll fast travel to Strawberry, I think. Is it going to take me through? Right, we're going to go through, kind of through Armadillo. You know what? Let's just do this for now. Wait. Here. We'll do some autopilot stuff, so I can check on the chat. Talking about movies today. My favorite brother, I can feel my anxiety levels rising about my wisdom. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Theory is your brother's favorite. I need to look up and see who else is in that, because I feel like Fury. Oh, Brad Pitt. Yeah. Yep. I think this is the movie I was thinking about. Michael Pena, yeah. Oh, John Bernthal. Yes, love John Bernthal from Punisher and Walking Dead. He was born to play Punisher. Such a great job of doing that. Then I recognize that guy from True Blood, Jim Perrick. Jason Isaacs, speaking of The Patriot. Yeah. People in this movie. Oh, that sounded like a legendary. Hold on. That sounded like a legendary elk. Where is it? That animal call sounded very different from some of the other ones. Where is it? Key Girl says she'll be back in about 30 minutes. Okay, we'll be here. I actually have to share some information with you. I feel like I may have misled you yesterday about animal garments, so remind me to bring that back up. Let's see this legendary. Man. Alright, let's go. Usually when my anxiety levels go up, I have a sore throat. Yeah, makes sense that that's, you know, physical but yet mental. What do they call that? Metaphysical, I guess. It's gonna be nighttime by the time we get up to this spot. No. It's alright. Oops, that's a turn. I actually feel like I'm getting a little bit of sore throat too. Not recommended when trying to do live stream. Alright, strawberry. Where is the menu? Thank you. Strawberry. Good thing is, though, I have thing I can do to ease my anxiety down. Alright, so you've got like a little stress reducing trick, for lack of a better term. Strategy. Stress reducing strategy. That's good. Let's go. What? Ooh, what happened here? That's someone's bounty wagon. Is there a bounty there? Some weird stuff going on in the strawberry these days. That is like... That got torched. Someone torched that. Maybe I don't want to know. Alright, so Cassie says, usually watching YouTube. Or doing stupid stuff with my sister. Yeah. That's good. Let's check over here first. This is kind of a good area for small animals too. I bet I just heard a squirrel or a chipmunk. I'm past it at this point, but I know there's more over here. Might also be some wolves, but we'll deal with that when it comes, if it comes. I need to figure out, like now that I have the PS4, or 5, it'll be okay, PS5 in hand, I need to figure out, like, spacing. I don't have a lot of room on my computer desk here. So I need to figure that out first and foremost, before I start plugging stuff in. Alright, that should be a perfect carcass. Where is the horse going? Where's that horse? Yeah, so that's one. Got my arrow back too, sweet. Your dog always comes to me and plays with me when I'm stressed or having a panic attack. Is he like a emotional stress kind of, like a trained dog, or he's just good about knowing when you're? He's just like a good boy. Is he an extra good boy or just a good boy? Both, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we always see those animals when we're out and about, and I always like worry that the kids are gonna go after it, and I'm like, no, that dog, you can't go pet that dog. He's working. I'm trying to explain the importance of that to them. They don't, they just see a dog. Lots of rabbits over here. Usually there's like squirrels and chipmunks. Had him since he was a couple months old. Cool. We got ours when he was like 7 months old, so he was pretty well trained, but there's always like retraining that needs to be done, no matter how trained a dog is. Like even if you brought like a 2-year-old dog into your house, you'd have to do some retraining. And as much as we're training them, they are also training us. Like I think I talked about before, when our dog first came to us, he has this like habit of coming and putting his head on you, or like laying his head down in a certain way on your lap when he has to go out to go pee. It took us like 3 days before we finally picked up on that. I was like, I think he's been trying to tell us all along he's had to pee. He's been peeing in the house. So, he was training us as we were training him.
That sheriff.
Yeah, I gotta ask, right? Yep, I hear you. Yeah, a lot of times we'll run into, like, because we go to a lot of sporting events, at least we did in the past. We haven't really done too much of that in the last year or so. Over a year. They always have, like, the people that are there looking for donations to, like, the animal, like the dog training. Fidelco is, like, a really big thing here. I think it's Fidelco. And, they actually, their, like, headquarters is not too far from where we live. But they'll always have people. And the dogs are there, too. And the dogs will always have, like, the vest on that says, you know, I'm working, or whatever. A squirrel. Or a chipmunk, maybe. No, it's a raccoon. What? What are you doing? What's this guy doing? There's a lot of weird stuff going on. I saw a moose down there. Remember I was telling you guys there's always a moose down there? Or like, mostly a moose down there? I saw one. I think I saw it. We don't need a moose right now though, we need squirrels. Or other small animals. I might hop off the horse and walk around for a little bit too. I'm determined to get these 10 perfect, or 10 small game animals. Turn everything in all at once. So we're gonna do a bit of hunting. So now there's a toad here. Or a frog, I didn't see it today though. It's really a bad time to be here. The squirrels are not out as much at night, although there's one. Is that perfect too? I think that might have been perfect. Oh, he's rolling down the hill. Look at this. There he goes. Nice. Second perfect one. My dog is so well known at my cricket games, he doesn't need to be on lead because he knows all the other dogs and what's going on. Nice. That's cool. So we have, like, laws against that here. And it's meant for the protection of the dog, like your own dog, as much as it is for people. So I think people are like, oh yeah, my dog would never bite anybody, which is fine, that's great, but it also doesn't mean your dog's not going to run off. And with some kinds of dogs, all it takes is like a whiff of something, like a wild animal, you know, like a basset hound, or like other tracking type dogs, like collie or some kind of like working dog. Man, they catch a whiff of a squirrel and you're out in the middle of the woods and you don't have the leash on, your dog is gone. Like, that's it. You don't have a dog anymore. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. So it frustrates me all the time when I see people out with their dogs. Like, I know our dog wouldn't do something like that, so I take him off the leash when there's not other dogs around, but it took a long time before I did that. And like, what I noticed he would do is he stops when there's either people or other dogs coming from the other direction. So I feel like, you know, I'm not saying that's a problem where you are, but where we are, that's a huge problem. People just don't take this stuff seriously enough. And ultimately it's the dog that suffers. Alright, so still just looking for squirrels and toads and such. I keep doing this until we get what we need. I'm surprised I haven't seen that toad yet. Maybe he's over the other side. But yeah, we actually had an issue one time. I was just out walking him down the street. and the guy who owns the dog we were on the sidewalk, so we weren't like on this guy's property. He was trying to get the dog to go from like their side door, where they have like an open patio kind of thing, to the back where they had a gate. And the dog saw my dog and it just came flying out at us. And I love animals, but if that dog was about to attack my dog, I was gonna have to kick it. Like, my dog is way more important than any other one else's dog. So anyway, thankfully, nothing happened. And the guy was like all apologizing, and I was like so mad. I'm like, dude, don't even bother apologizing. Like, dude, that was stupid. You shouldn't have done that. So classic example of, you know, leash laws here are there for a reason. Just in a second like that. Like if that guy's dog attacked my dog or attacked me, I would have been owning his house. I'd lose everything. And I'm not even somebody who like, you know, I'm not, there's a lot of people who sue quickly in this country. That's not my style. But if something like that happened, you better believe my next phone call, first phone call, police, second phone call, lawyer. A lot of muskrats. A lot of rabbits. Cassie says, we do shut the gates to go into the ground, and my dad's always with him at my games, but we always have his collar and vest on, and yeah. Yep. 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 Another perfect squirrel. So, get that way. Nice. Alright, so I want to count the number of small animals we have, and also count the number of perfect animals we have. We gotta be getting close. One more, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. 3, 4, 5. And then the 3 cardinals makes it 8. These 4 are perfect. So if we can get 2 more perfect, we'll be covered from a small animal and perfect perspective. But I may stay over here for a little while longer too. Just keep hunting small guys. They're so easy to turn them in. Whereas if I go get bigger animals, then I gotta. And actually, I might run into a problem. I might need to do a trader run, because I might run into a problem. My camp was pretty full prior to me turning this stuff in. So I gotta be careful. I don't want to turn in like 18 animals and then have to go do a trader run. I think I'm going to probably do the trader run first before I turn the animals in. In fact, that's probably what I should do. I should probably go do a trader run and then come back over here in the daytime. You know what, let's do that. Let's go back to camp. It'll break up some of the monotony of hunting too. Did it not register that I was trying to put a wilderness camp down? What happened? What is? Come on, man. What's going on with this? Usually, if you can't put a camp down, it'll tell you. Hold on. I see a frog. Right? Frog? Oh no, it's a muskrat. Come on. So ridiculous. Oh, that's why it wouldn't let me do it. You guys are ambushing me. Oh, man. horse. Stop shooting the horse.
Only watch your head.
You're better off as a corpse, partner.
First.
Got a wife at home? I'll go make a call for you.
Nah, I'm not gonna make no call to my wife.
So,
Alright.
any regrets?
Come out of the woods so I can shoot you. Alright, guys. Got a PS5 I gotta set up. Ambush cleared. There we go. Let's just make camp now. Yeah, I knew that was gonna work. Alright, remember one time I was walking my other dog before my current one, and this Alsatian, I don't even know how to pronounce that, dog, came at us, and my dog stood between me and the other dog, and wouldn't let me move, and my dog walked in circles around me to keep me away, and my sister managed to leave to get my dad. It turned out this Alsatian had killed it. Wow. So, is that like a breed of dog that's popular in Australia? I don't recognize that name. I'm not like a dog breed expert. We have like labs and Rottweilers and pit bulls and German shepherds. Those are like the 4 most common here in the U.S. At least as far as big dogs go. Camp. Gotta go do some trader stuff. Gotta do a trader delivery. Turned out, oh yeah, it's like a, okay, so like a German Shepherd, yeah. I know like there's like a German Shepherd, Belgian Shepherd, something like that.
You're looking the part there. That's a nice fur.
That's funny, I used one revolver. Oh, that's right, on the frog. My other dog wouldn't let the dog near me. That's good. I love that they're like protective like that. Goes back to like caveman days, you know, when we first started domesticating our ancestors. And really it goes back to just being wolves, right? Wolves are very protective of the pack. Oh, I wanted to do a trader run. Where is the butcher table? There it is. Okay. Yeah, see, I got way too much stuff here. We got to start local delivery. Here we go.
Well, we make quite the couple, don't we?
So
Not
glad your
quite
sister
that.
got away to
You're
get your
far
dad.
too
Your
old
dad.
for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. That's good.
Anyway, artisan and hunter, craftsman and salesman. Talking of which, we have a batch ready to go. Got some buyers lined up not far from here. So, over to you. Go make the deal.
Backus station. Been a good idea to be doing this in the middle of the night. I feel like there's gonna be wolves. Speaking of wolves. But it needs to be done, so off we go. Thought, to be honest though, I think my anxiety is terrible due to my autism. It's possible, right? I mean, and I'll be honest, I don't know a ton about autism, but I feel like there's a bunch of other conditions that autism can like exacerbate, right? I know like obsessive compulsive, attention deficit, that kind of stuff. I feel like not all the time, but oftentimes kind of go hand in hand with autism, right? In fact, a lot of times they used to misdiagnose autism because of those other conditions. It wasn't until like recently that autism started to become better understood. Certainly not well understood. They're still learning. Better understood. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of those things. And again, who knows what the connection or correlation is, but I don't think there's any denying at this point that there is one. And again, it's not in like every case. Like you could have autism and not have those other things. And you could have those other things and not have autism.
Spare your contritions while you can.
Contritions. That's a very big word for an outlaw. That guy's like the William Shakespeare of outlaws right there. 4-syllable words over here. Actually, it's really 3 syllables. But still, that's a above a 2nd grade reading level vocabulary for that guy. Hopefully he said his contritions before he blew his head off. When you build Legos... Sorry, I'm trying to read and drive at the same time. When you build Legos, you have to have the same pieces together and all lined up. Yeah, so that's a good strategy even without autism. ADD or OCD. I talked about this a little bit in that first Ice Castle video. I used to always take like all the bags, pour them all out into like one big bowl. And it would take me like 12 hours to do a build because I was like trying to pick the pieces out one by one. And then finally I was like, okay. I mean, not all the bags, but all the numbered bags. And then finally I was like, okay, we're gonna open one bag. We're gonna separate it by color. And a lot of times I'll put like the long... Where'd that guy go? That guy disappeared. That's fine. I'll put like you were saying, maybe smaller pieces up top and bigger pieces down bottom. But yeah, you have to. I think organization is a key piece of having a more enjoyable build. You were diagnosed with autism when you were in grade 9 at high school. Yeah, I feel like that's late. I know I've seen something recently. There was a show on Netflix recently with a young lady. She was like maybe 17 or 18 years old who had autism. There was a bunch of other people who had autism or like other special needs. And they talked about how the whole premise of the show was finding a partner, like a life partner, falling in love kind of thing. And how, as a teenager, it's tough to begin with, right? But then you throw in the mix that these people have autism or some kind of other special needs. I forget what it's called, but it was on Netflix. It was really good. I watched it one night, like late at night after the wife and the kids had already gone to bed. Oh, wolves. Okay, hold on, I'll finish that story in a second. Look at this. There's like tentacles. Come on, Punisher, stay strong, buddy. Go through this. Just trying to get to an area where we can hunt. Just ran something over. Gosh, I wish I could remember that. It had like a really creative name. Anyway, so I watched it. And there was a young lady who, same thing. They didn't diagnose her until she was like really Probably the same age as you, actually. The same age as you were when you were diagnosed. But they talked about how it's harder to diagnose autism in girls than it is in boys. So like even that's like a thing that we just learned. Like, which is crazy. It's weird. Like why would it be harder to diagnose just because it's based on gender? But it is. So she was like in the same circumstance you are, where we got diagnosed really late. She also had like hearing loss, so you know, like I said, relationships at that age are tough to begin with. I can only imagine how much tougher it is. You have like, you know, special needs like that. And then with autism, it's like every case is different. I mean, that's true. Like Down syndrome, like my daughter, they always tell us not to compare her to other kids with Downs because it's a case by case. But I feel like with autism, it's even more of a wide range than that. Like, I think my cousin has autism and it was never diagnosed. He's like really, he has like same thing, anxiety issues, where he like, you never know if he's gonna come to a family function. It just depends on how he feels that day. And then he's like really into, and not that this has to do with the autism, it might just be him, but he's like really into maps and stuff. So when I lived in Dallas and I came home to visit for the first time, I was talking about like, he was telling me all about the like how the roads work down there. So he's like big into like road maps and stuff. I was fascinated. I'm like, you know the roads better than I do, and I lived there for 2 years. So it's interesting. All right, we got a moonshine that's ready. I'm gonna go do that, and then we'll get back to some more hunting. Actually, you know what? We're gonna let the moonshine sit. Because I feel like if I complete the moonshine, we might not be able to do that triple down thing I wanted to do. So let's go back to my little hunting area. We'll look for more squirrels. It's not light out now, so we should be able to find them more easily. I want to autopilot, so I'm gonna do this. I'll go right here. Probably those guys ambushed us. Hey, buddy. Hey, Roscoe. See you later. Let's see. Yep, that's what I do now. When I get a Lego set, my bedroom is an absolute. Yeah, I bet. And your social anxiety is terrible. Yeah, that's. I mean, my cousin, like I said, he. You never know, and he's old enough now. Like in the States, until you're 18, your parents are kind of like responsible for you. So like, my aunt and my uncle to some degree, but mostly my aunt could force my cousin to take his medicine. But once he turned 18, it's like up to him. He's officially an adult by our laws. So he lives with my aunt and uncle still, but they can't tell him what to do per se. Which I think is it's a weird like gray area, right? Like he should have those freedoms. He's technically an adult. He should get to decide what goes into his body, just like the rest of us do, and what doesn't go into our body. And but also like he doesn't necessarily know what's best for him. So it's like such. I mean, again, another controversial topic on the channel today. So I don't know. I've mixed feelings about it. take your medicine because it makes your life a bit easier. Yeah, that's good. But like I said, I don't think it's like, it's not him that, like, it's like the condition, right? So it's like what do they call that? Like a catch-22, I guess. Like he doesn't want to take the medicine he needs for his condition because of his condition. So he doesn't have the insight like you do. Like for him, he starts to think that the medicine is making it worse, so that he doesn't take the medicine, which then does actually make it worse. And on and on it goes. It's sad, really. It's actually his birthday today, and I haven't texted him yet, so I gotta make sure I send him a text. Oh, I didn't get that one. Gotta get him again. Oh, that guy. There we go, second shower. So that's not gonna be perfect because I missed the first shot. That's okay. Still need these small guys. That's 10, I think, at this point. Oh, that one's not perfect either. That's alright. If I keep it to the smaller animals, we do 20 of those, I think we'll be fine as far as the camp situation goes right now, where I probably don't have enough room. Another arrow. 21, you still live with your parents, yeah. So have you, and I asked this question because I'm curious, like I told Austin yesterday, feel free to share whatever you're comfortable sharing, and you don't have to share whatever you're not comfortable sharing. I probably shouldn't be able to say that, but I feel like I do. Have you looked into, and is there any possibility of you ever living independently? Again, I asked that. I know with our situation at home, with Avery, that's going to be a challenge for her. Certainly more challenging than it will be for Morgan. I'm gonna go somewhere else. We watch the show, another show here in the States. It's called Born This Way, and it follows a bunch of young adults with Down syndrome. At this point, they're like in their 30s, but when it first started, they were like 20, 25, maybe even a little younger. I think one girl was like 18. They talk a lot about programs and other things for them that kind of help them, give them the assistance that they may need in order to live independently. And I think, forget if it was the second season, two of the guys from the show end up moving in together. It's funny because they have like the same kind of fights that you would have with a roommate if you didn't have Down syndrome. I shouldn't say it's funny. It's interesting to see how, you know, I don't like that he leaves his dishes in the sink, and it's awesome because that's like something that people without Downs would argue about. I feel like I've had arguments like that with my roommates. My wife had arguments like that with her roommates. Of course, we were probably the ones leaving the dishes in the sink. But anyway, the point is, I know there's like programs and stuff, at least here in the US, that exist that can assist people in kind of accomplishing that goal of living independently. And I think ultimately the two guys from the show, they ended up moving back out and moving back in with their parents. But again, that's not something specific to Down syndrome. I lived in Dallas for a while, in Baltimore for a while, and I ended up back at home. So I feel like it's just a thing. Like kids always end up coming home to live with their parents. But yeah, so anyway, I was just kind of curious about like where you are with that, if that's ever, because again, I know my cousin, like he probably won't ever live on his own. Alright, so let me see what your answer was. there's a chance, but my parents are supportive of whatever my choices. That's cool. I also can go into supportive independent living. Yeah, so that's kind of like what I was talking about. Like these guys, they basically lived on their own. They could like, you know, shower, bathe, whatever, do anything that they needed, hygiene related. But maybe they couldn't cook on their own, so they'd have someone come over and like prepare their meals. Which again, that happens. I mean, we're talking about that right now with my grandparents, so that happens at any age, no matter what your health situation is. And I do wonder about that. I always think about that, like where we'll be with Avery when she's old enough. Because, you know, as I think it's just human nature to you know, strike out from the nest, so to speak, leave the cave, and go and try and find a cave of your own. So I'm sure those are things that will happen. Conversations are coming. We've got a few years yet, but it's something I think about for her, especially because we're a little older for parents. You know, most of the people who have 5-year-old kids are like in their 20s, not almost 40. So hopefully all goes right and we can, my wife and I can stay healthy and continue to have her live here as long as she wants to. But also, like you were saying, if she wants to strike out on her own, be supportive of that. And just find a way to do it that works so that she's not like, you know, burning her apartment down or whatever. And again, that's a possibility whether you have special needs or not. But yeah, I remember in that show I was talking about, Born This Way, one of the girls was like, maybe she was like 21. She really wanted to have a baby, and the mom, like, you know, tried to explain to her, like, look, you can barely care for yourself. You need to be able to care for yourself much better before you can care for another life. But the girl, the 21-year-old girl, was adamant about it. Alright, I feel like since we came back over here, there's been less animals. I think that there was another player in this area, so they're like not spawning. Let me check on something. We'll go like this. 1, 2, 5. Okay, so it is 8. Actually, no, it's 11 now, right? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's 10. It is 10. Because the cardinals are in there somewhere, too. I just lost track of them. There they are. 3 cardinals. Not enough perfect yet, though. You know what? I'm gonna go to the other area. Let's do that. Brush this horse off. I think I'll go into supportive independent living. Yeah. Yeah, if you can do it, and, you know, it's good. It's you know, probably not ideal, right? Ideally, you want to be completely independent on your own. But there's nothing wrong with assistance, support, like you were saying. I should have a couple of these rabbits. They're probably not even 3 stars. Although this is, oh, that deer was 3 stars, really? Oh, there was a 3-star rabbit somewhere. Where'd he go? Oh, the wrong way. He went this way. No, went back the other way. He just went right by me. That's funny. This guy's determined to stay alive. Sorry, dude. Caught up with you. That'll work. Perfect, rabbit. I saw a chat come through. What's going on? Oh, when I was diagnosed, I would go away for a weekend once a month to give my parents a break. What do you mean by go away? You go, like, stay somewhere else? Like with, like a relative or like a health professional? chipmunks. And I don't have the right weapon. Here we go. Alright, let's grab some of these guys. That'll help our cause. I feel like I need at least one more perfect before we turn this in. I don't want to be scrambling to find one more perfect carcass. The 10-minute thing is concerning me the most. We have enough small animals at this point. I think we have enough perfect animals at this point. But the 10-minute thing, if I botch the count, we'll be off scrambling trying to hunt animals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. So it's 12, and then the rabbit is 13. Where'd the rabbit go? Still there. Okay, cool. Keep going. The nice thing about this is once I'm done with this, then we can just go turn these things into camp. Oh, I caught him right in the mid-air. The nice thing is once we're done with this, we can just go turn these into camp, and that'll be our 9 for 9, and then we're done for the day. I hope Key Girl checks back in, because I did want to share some information about legendary animal garments. I feel like I mistakenly gave her some misinformation yesterday. I want to make sure I clear that up. Alright, we've kind of over-hunted this area, so we're going to go back to that other area. Maybe along the way we'll find another rabbit, so let's get that ready.
Keep your distance. I don't mix with strangers.
Keep your distance. Silly man. I'll take it. It's not perfect. We'll throw it on here. It's a place where other autistic kids go and get looked after for the weekend. Okay, cool. So it's like almost like a daycare, I guess. I hate to use that term in this context, but yeah, that's neat. I know. Speaking, I consider myself somewhat of an expert in needing a weekend. You know, it's difficult, especially, you know, we have people who will watch the girls, but it's tough with twins, right? Like, it's hard enough for me and my wife to do it when it's 2-on-2. So even like my mom, who's always willing to help out, she has a really hard time watching them because the divorce situation. Oh, there's a bear down here. Oh, I don't want the bear. We're gonna go this way. Normally I would fight a bear, but I've got too many animal carcasses on here. What I was saying is, with my parents being divorced, it really would be, you know, 2-on-1. The girls would just like overrun her. And as they get older, they're getting better about that. So eventually we'll end up in a place where she can watch both of them. You know, maybe like another 5 years from now when they're 10. But ultimately, what ends up happening is either she's watching Avery and we're left to watch Morgan, or she's watching Morgan and we're left to watch Avery. So it's never just her watching both. There's never a break for us. Is what I'm trying to say, which is fine. I mean, that's like the commitment you make as a parent. And I feel like once you get the diagnosis that your child has special needs, then you come to accept that even more so. You know, like we've already accepted, we're probably not ever really going to travel too far. Either we're going to take the kids with us all the time, or whatever the case may be. But yeah. So, but it's cool. I would love for there to be like some place like that over here where we can send the kids, because I think it's good for the kids too. It's good for the kids to be around other kids that are like them. You know, also around kids that don't have special needs. That's why, like, when we have our daughter in school, she has her special education classes, but she also spends a lot of time in what they call general ed with the general ed kids. So, I don't know. I just feel like you probably, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you probably made some friends, right? Friends from being in that program or whatever. What's made it easier for my parents is my dog. Yeah, and I'm actually upset to think about that. Like, that's Kate, welcome back. I gotta chat real quick with you. I need to correct something I told you yesterday, so I'm glad you're back. But Cassie, I know with our dog, Avery's like super connected to him right now, and you know he's not getting any younger. He's no spring chicken. In fact, he got sick overnight last night. Nothing. I don't think it's anything too bad, but anytime he gets sick these days, I get a little worrisome. So, but he is, he's getting older, and I worry about when, you know, when he's not around anymore, which I shudder to think about, just for my own sake, but I also shudder to think about it for Avery's sake, and Morgan's sake too, the kids' sake. It's going to be hard to explain to them what happened and where he went, why he's not around anymore. But hopefully we've got a few more years, at least a few more years. I mean, I hope he lives till he's 20, but that's just not realistic. Alright, Key Girl. So, yeah, so you were asking yesterday about whether or not you needed the Naturalist role to hunt legendary animals, and I told you no, that there will be legendary animals in free roam. However, you also said that you were interested in the animal garments. So what I wanted to kind of correct, and it was really just me misunderstanding what you were asking, but I realized that when I was watching the replay, you will need to have the Naturalist role in order to get all of the animal garments, because while there are legendary animals in free roam, there are some, actually a lot, of legendary animals that are specific to the missions that Harriet gives you. So, I just wanted to clear that up. I didn't want you to get like half of the animal garments and not be able to get the other half. So at some point, if you are interested, like me, in getting all of the animal garments, you will need to buy the Naturalist role. So what I would encourage you to do is, you know, stay looking in free roam. Hopefully they fix this soon so that we're getting more of the animals in legendary animals in free roam. But at some point you'll have to purchase a Naturalist role in order to get all of, there's like 42, I think, legendary animals. So just want to clear that up for you. Yeah, I had heaps of friends in that program, and I'm still friends with them. That's awesome. That's cool. See that? Yeah, we have, so there's a program here. It's not like a, you know, we don't send our kids away to go stay with people for the weekend, but there is a program within the state. It's called, I think it's called DS Act these days. It used to be the Connecticut Down Syndrome Congress. Now it's called Down Syndrome Association of Connecticut. And they do like a bunch of like awareness programs. They have a convention. Well, they used to have a convention prior to COVID. A convention every year. They do what's called the Buddy Walk, which is like a not really a marathon, but like a fundraiser. So we would raise like, you know, $1,000 for our team. So like our family and friends would all donate to our team, and then on the day of the walk, they would show up and we'd all walk together. Of course, last year they had like a virtual walk instead because of COVID. But so there's really cool programs like that. But we don't have anything. So like, you know, Avery will interact with other kids that have Down syndrome that way, and we know of other families through that program. But there's nowhere to really send all of them, and I feel like maybe you're giving me an idea. I feel like maybe my wife and I need to look into like starting something like that. So that'd be cool. I'll make sure I talk to her about that when she gets home. You are welcome. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to just clarify that. I was thinking about it after stream yesterday, and I realized what you were trying to do and what you were asking me, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I could give her bad information. You're gonna have to, at some point, buy that naturalist roll. So, but I think it's worth it. You know, eventually you're gonna get so much gold. You're not gonna have, like, look at this, 528, right? I got more gold than I could ever spend in this game, so you'll probably get there too. Alright, I needed to count. I got 3 animals on the back here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the Cardinals make 16. I need 4 more still? Good night. I'm never going to get to play on this PS5. I want to, I mean, again, once I get, what did I say, 4 more? So once I get 4 more animals here, we'll head over to Crypts, we'll turn all this stuff in. That will give us our 9 for 9. I'm not doing any more general challenges today. I feel like once we get these 4 more animals, we'll be done for the day.
Stay back, all right? I got my own business.
Nice weekend. I have a huge important job. Yeah. That's nice. What's that? What's your important job? Like an interview, or just like a job? A task. Can I just get like 4 more squirrels here, guys? I might actually go over to the swamp and look for frogs. It's getting dark again. I hear birds. Those don't count. I wish they did. There's a lot of them right there. Need squirrels, chipmunks. Birds will work. Actually, now that I have... Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a squirrel. Look at dog. Squirrel! I'm like the dog from Up. Alright, that's another perfect one. That's good. That's good news. Got my arrow back. Alright, so we get 3 more. I'm gonna go back down and look for birds. What time is it? No, it's late at night. Well, not late at night, but it's gonna be nighttime. I think now that I have perfect, I'm just gonna start using my gun. It's like so cheap to hunt these animals with a gun, though. It's like shooting fish with a barrel. What's this? Another squirrel? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, chipmunk. Ooh. That's right, he wasn't a perfect to begin with. Alright, 2 more. My best friend in high school that was a year younger than me committed suicide, and once a year we have an EFL game in memory of him and raise awareness of suicide, and that's awesome. That is, I mean, it's not awesome that he committed suicide, it's awesome that you guys are kind of honoring his memory by having a fundraiser. Or a prevention awareness event, I guess. That's sad that he committed suicide. Such a young age, too. More rabbits. I did something small. I don't know why I came back up here. I felt like there was still more animals we found. What's this? A possum. Alright, now it's definitely time to get out of here. It's nighttime. If the possums are out, that's a wrap. You're not gonna get any. Well, you might get some small animals. Yeah, see, lots of rabbits. I'm like at 18 here. Do I bother going to get like other animals? I think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna like bite the bullet. Get or do I turn these in and then come back and get the other? Oh, I wanted to do the triple down thing though. That was the whole point. I keep forgetting that. I don't know why. Maybe because I've never done it before. So I do need to get like frogs or something. Toads. Where on the map are you? I'm by that hunting spot with Dakota River. Here. Like, between Valentine and Strawberry. My little small game animal. Squirrel, what did I call it the other day? I had a funny name for it. Squirrel something. I think you said you were hunting in this area the other day. I love this area, especially for small game. There's actually a legendary animal that popped earlier that I couldn't do anything with. It was probably a wheezy bear. Too many, I don't want to lose the rabbits that are on my horse right now. So I let him go. Which is funny, because here I have been complaining about... Actually, interestingly, yesterday, after the live stream, maybe last night, I think last night I loaded in and I found, we were talking about, during the live stream yesterday, we were talking about the bison that spawns, like in this area. And I loaded in, he was actually like kind of over here, I loaded into this area, and he was right there waiting for me. So it's like I said, if they're, well, I guess it's not true anymore because I did have the bear spawn, but it seems like what's happening a lot is if I don't see them when I first load in, I'm not seeing them at all. But that's not true today because I've been sitting here for like a couple hours now, and I just had a legendary spawn like maybe 10 minutes ago. But I think the bigger problem still, it's still an issue. They're not spawning quite as often as they were prior to the Blood Money update. Gosh, there's a squirrel. Oh, there's a toad down here. I see him. Alright, so this should be 19 if I can get him. Gotta be careful. Watch out, rabbit. By the way. Poor principal at the time. It was his first year. Oh my gosh, first year as a principal, and the kid committed suicide. Did he, like at home or at the school? Not that it matters, I guess. I saw an area I didn't recognize, that's why I asked. Yeah, no problem. I'm happy to share. Like I said, this is my little small game area. At night, it's not so good for small game. The squirrels kind of go away. But during the daytime, especially like right at morning, dawn, and dusk, are like two great times to come here. Which kind of, that's cool, because it's like, it makes sense logically. Like, usually you see squirrels first thing in the morning, or right before sunset, before they all hunker down for the evening. This is tough, though. There's not a lot of squirrels right now. And I just need one more. I feel like if it was daytime, I'd get it in like a second. He played in a cricket grand final, won, then jumped out of a moving car. Oh my gosh. That's awful. I think I mentioned this before on the channel. I had a couple of friends that passed away at an early age. One of them died in like a car crash. And then the other one overdosed. We were like maybe 22, 23. He overdosed on heroin. I was like 18 when the first friend, no, maybe 19 when the first friend passed. But two, I mean, those were like really close friends. We used to go on vacation with, like, so the one that died in the car crash, I was friends with since I was like maybe 11, 12 years old. So only for like 10 years, but it was like a lifetime of memories in those 10 years. We'd go on vacations together, like my family, my mom and his mom were best friends. Our dads got along, but, you know, enough that we would go on family vacations together, and so when he passed, that was really tough on me. You know, it kind of fell out over the last couple of years, but still, I thought we would be friends for like ever. And then the other friend, the one who overdosed, he would go on family vacations with us too, not as often. Like, so once we got to be like 16, 17 years old, our parents would let us take a friend on vacation with us. He was an only child too, so there was no like siblings. So he brought this one guy, and I was bring this other guy. Well, the one guy that he always brought was the one that overdosed. So it's weird to lose. There was like always like this core 4 of us, and we lost half of our group in a span of like 3 years at like an early age. I just need like one more frog or squirrel and we're good. Come on. That's probably a muskrat, right? Yeah, I knew it. Crips is ready for a resupply. Hopefully, the delivery I just did made enough room for others. Like, I'm sure it will. It's a lot of small game animals. So. His mom and dad, his older brother, and one of our teachers was in the car. Oh my gosh! And the kid girl had a friend who hung himself. Could have saved himself because he had a table next to him, but he chose to die. That's crazy. That should do it for the 3 was perfect. Oh, you walk somewhere else. Don't be yelling at me. Just out here trying to do dailies, dude. Settle down. So we should be able to get 20 carcasses in 10 minutes, 6 perfect carcasses, and 10 small animal carcasses, all in one shot. Let's see. Let's go back to camp. And we'll see if we got it. And then I can start setting up my PS5. Let's go. I go right back to these guys again now. Unfortunately. Right. These guys came this way. Or they go the other way. They must have went the other way. Alright. Let's autopilot. I remember the day the school announced it. I cried the whole day, yeah. Kick some arse. Yeah, I should have. I've been saying this a lot. These NPCs are really getting on my nerves. I don't know what happened. I feel like... I know in single player, the NPCs respond to you based on, like, your honor level, and if you've killed a bunch of people in that area. I don't do that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not sitting in Valentine or Strawberry just blowing people away. So something happened with the online, maybe again it's part of the Blood Money update, where the NPC responses, they're treating me as if they're responding to me as if I've done something bad, and I can show you my honor, I've got perfectly high honor, so it makes no sense. But, they keep talking like that, they're gonna get it. Cassie says, the funeral was on the day we were meant to go on school camp. Yeah, you told me about that before with the camp. Comments are so hilarious sometimes. Yeah, I love... There's a guy... Let me try to remember what he says. He's by the domino board at Emerald Ranch Station. He said something about a cow one time. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember? It was so funny. I remember the first time... this isn't it, but I remember another funny one. When you kill a bunch of animals and you get bloody, like if you kill a cougar and you get the blood on your shirt, and then later you'll be riding around and the guy stops, he's like, "What have you been slaughtering?" It cracks me up. I do love some of the NPC dialogue in this game. It's hilarious. What is that? What is the story about the cow that guy? I gotta try to remember that. Man. You jumped off of a roof in Strawberry, and NPC asked, "Is that a comment where you come from, not in Strawberry?" So sometimes I'm wearing the Onyx Wolf Legendary Garment right now, and sometimes the NPCs will be like, "What, were you raised by wolves or something?" Yes, I was. That's my backstory for my my character on Legendary, on Furry Friday, my character was raised by wolves. Alright. Alright. Let's do this. Let's get these animals turned in. See if we get all three of these in the same shot. We'll do order supplies.
Well, if you insist.
I insist.
Stocks are looking good.
Okay. I'm just gonna donate a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah,
We'll see if we
anything's
end up
better
with
than
20.
nothing. Beautiful.
We also need the 6 perfect, which I think
Okay,
we have.
this'll have to do.
And I think we're more than good on
Excellent. Thank you. This is good
10.
quality.
Well, I see some gold popping over there. I see
That's
some gold
top
popping over
notch.
there.
I suppose this'll do.
Come on, baby.
Yes,
Give me credit
beggars
for
can't
all
be
of
choosers.
these.
Good stuff.
I see more gold.
Okay then.
I
No
think we're gonna
comment.
get it. The ultimate moment of truth will be when I back out of this, though. Get all 3 notifications back to back to back. Let's see. Oh, I see more gold. I think we got it. 6 of 10. That's gonna change. Oh, look at this. What? Why am I like... Where's the horse's head? There. What in the world? 10 of 10. Oh, 5 of 6 perfect. Did I not get a 6 perfect one? I think I did. It's just going to take some time to catch up. It's bothering me, though. I didn't see the 9 for 9. Did it not give me credit for the 20? 19 of 20. There it is. 25. So why didn't I get credit for 9 for 9? Let's check this out. Let's take a look here. This isn't cool. I didn't get 9 for 9 yet. 7 of 9? No way! Oh wait, it said 6 earlier. 1, 2... Oh, I never did the collector stuff. You gotta be kidding me. What is it? 7 for 9? Alright, let's go do... We're gonna do heirlooms and metal detector. And then I gotta get going, because I gotta build this PS5. Or get this PS5 hooked up. So, that was... We got our 3 for 3. Our 3 in a row like I wanted, but I was hoping it was gonna be more climatic than that. It was kind of anticlimactic to not hit 9 for 9 right in that same thing. Cassie's going to sleep. See you Monday. Have a good one. Take care, Cassie. Alright, let's go. I need a metal detector, I think it said. So we've got some stuff. There's a couple things we can do here. There's something like right here. I don't know if it's at the top of this cliff or at the base of it. Either way, we'll figure it out. Take 2. And then there's a coin over in Limpany by the sign today, so we'll do those 2 real quick, get the metal detector, and then we'll do some family heirloom stuff. I actually left a few family heirlooms last night, hoping that this would be a challenge today. Not hoping. Just in case it was a challenge today, I wanted to leave some. I didn't want to collect all of them. Alright. Let's get this done. I could hear that PS5 calling my name. I think it's actually at the base of this cliff here. Yeah, it's down here. Alright, let's jump. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh. Not too bad. That's like under here. There we go. That should be 1. guards. Company. It's like right there. Okay, where's the horse? Come on, Punisher. Otherwise I'm gonna leave without you. Yeah, like my dive was Olympics. Let's try to tap into the Olympics. Have they done diving yet? I know that I've seen a ton of swimming stuff. I feel like every time I turn it on, it's swimming. I did see, actually, I saw the replay of the American gymnast who won gold. I saw her uneven bar routine. Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen that yet, that's a treat. She went like back and forth between the bars 3 times in a row and then like stuck the landing. That was unreal. Big fan of that exercise. That's a cool exercise. Alright, there we go. That's 8. And then let me just change the settings on the map over to heirlooms. So we can find 3 quick ones. Actually, there's some right not too far from here. On the red bench behind the house in Blackwater. Yeah. This house. This house right here. Let me see if I can set up a wilderness camp. Is it gonna let me do it right here? Of course it is. Fast shallow. Blackwater. I feel like it took a really long time to load in there. Alright, let's go. Jade hairpin. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. You missed my dive off of the cliff. Should back up like 2 minutes, maybe? Or go back and watch it after, whatever you want to do. But I know you like that kind of thing. It was intentional. It wasn't really a wipeout. I just was like, I was at the top of a cliff. And I was looking for jewelry. And I realized the jewelry was at the bottom of the cliff, so I took the expressway. The express route. Your auntie made a video about my friend who committed suicide and I watched it. Oh, nice. Alright, one more heirloom, guys. Supposed to be over in tall trees area by these broken cabins. Probably gonna be a grizzly bear, but let's see what happens. I say supposedly because I've had issues before where I would go to get this one and it wasn't actually there. It's okay though. There's others. There's other heirlooms we can get if we need to. So we're gonna autopilot until we're over in that area. Probably the last autopilot of the day. Probably the last autopilot of the week. And because it's July 30th, probably the last autopilot of the month. How you like that? So yeah, Monday we'll be in a new month. Next time I talk to you guys. August 2nd. Oh, cougar. Spoke too soon about the autopilot. Oh boy. There we go. Oh! I didn't pull the trigger fast enough. Come back around. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted to do the first time. I tried to delay shooting it so I could get it on the horse. Like have it slide at my feet. Alright, horse is gone. Come here, horse. Sometimes there's a legendary cougar down here. Sometimes it's just a regular cougar. So, Key, if you're looking for the Iguaga, I think? Iguaga cougar? That's what will be down here. This one right here. I think it's blonde. Maybe not. Maybe it's light. Yeah, this guy. No, that's the ghost panther. This guy. Yeah. Iguaga. However you pronounce that. Some kind of cougar. He's right down here. I'm in Great Plains, south of Blackwater. Right here. By the H in West Elizabeth. So, I don't know if you have that one already, or if you need it. Just thought I'd share. Okay, now, last autopilot of the day. Hey, Ticket, you made it! We were talking about you earlier. The whole gang was here except for you. Now the whole gang is here except for Austin. Cassie says we play a cricket game in his honor every year. We've had a professional AFL player come play every year. That's cool. She killed me a couple times. A long time ago, yeah. I think that was one of the first ones I found. I'm pretty sure it was the bison we were talking about the other day. But that one gets me. The Iguaga cougar. She gets me from time to time too. She has like a weird territory. It blends into whatever the boar that's in this area is. So one time I was like, oh, I got the boar over here. No, it's a cougar. I wasn't ready for the cougar. I wasn't really ready for the boar either. So she killed me a few times, and then I got her. Ticket missed the news. Ticket, I got a PS5. That's why we're so late today with the live stream. I had to drive like over an hour round trip to pick it up and bring it home. But it's sitting right here. Alright, Cassie says she's actually going to sleep this time. Bye. Good night, Cassie. Talk to you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Days to the surgery. Almost here. Be here before you know it. Be here. Be recovered before you even know it. Should stop it right here. There we go. Thank you. I hear elk. I don't hear. I just don't think I hear a bear. Oh, what's that? Yep, there's a bear up here. Oh, he's like right there. I got really nowhere to put this thing. I want to keep the cougar. I feel bad about killing the bear. I'm gonna go skin it, get that game meat. But I think I'm just gonna drop the. Oh, maybe I might not be able to do anything with this. There it is. Skin. I think it got my Xbox controller in my hand, trying to get used to it for next Sunday. Yeah, I finally got the... Well, I got through 3 different times, all the way to, like, complete your order on Target.com. And finally, the 3rd time was the charm, but it was a store that was like 40 minutes from here, so I had to take the wife to work, drop the kids off at school, and then make that long drive all the way out there, but I got it. Alright, so we got our 9 for 9. We already did as many of the general challenges as we're going to do. Let's see. How do we do on... We're close to leveling up. Not that close, though. Kind of close. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Appreciate everyone hanging out with me in chat. As always, thank you for hanging out with me. Probably be like a 9 o'clock start time on Monday. Hopefully. I don't have to go pick up another PS5. So I will talk to you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.